Ladies and gentlemen, you have the Durham probe trial on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, okay? Pretty important. He's going to get one conviction out of 5 counts. I can't see a scenario where all 5 counts of lying to the Federal Bureau of Investigation, where Danchenko, the Steel subsource, is acquitted of all 5 counts. With Sussman, it was 1 count, and you had a situation where the Bureau was a willing participant in setting up and framing Trump. Nobody believed that Comey's top lawyer, James Baker, was deceived, and they weren't given the actual text message where Sussman stated, "I'm not coming on anyone's behalf," even as he was getting paid by Hillary Clinton and the Democratic Party. Okay, so there were a lot of peculiarities with the Sussman trial. We already found out that during the indictment, they didn't even deny that Sussman, along with a whole bunch of tech people and academics, set up and framed Trump with fabricated server stories. So Clinton has private servers. Then there's a story about Trump and servers that proves to be false. Clinton mishandled classified data, according to Comey. Watch the shorts on this channel. Hit subscribe. I will have a live stream tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, numerous ones. I was going to have a live stream tonight, but I wanted to do this upload because the GOP is going to investigate the Durham probe, which is investigating everything that took place in 2016. They get a conviction. I'm not certain the Durham probe is going to end. It might very well continue if and when he gets the conviction. The report that he's going to write, talking about all the dirty tricks and the shady tactics and all the corruption leveled at Trump, all the fabricated information that misinformed millions of people from the Democratic Party. Nobody believes more myths and conspiratorial nonsense than the wonderful, morally superior, highly educated liberal Democrats who think that Trump worked with the Kremlin, even though there's zero evidence. There was never any evidence to even investigate Trump. You had loyalists within the Bureau saying, "We'll stop Trump." They actually stated that. Had they utilized a Steele dossier or stated those things against Clinton or Biden, oh my God. Media in the Washington Post and New York Times and CNN would never allow that. But here you have the New York Post. McCarthy says GOP will probe John Durham findings when it wins back the House. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy is committed to further exploring the findings of Special Counsel John Durham's investigation into the Bureau's probe to ensure nothing like it ever happens again. Now, you might say, well, nothing's ever going to happen. Nothing's ever going to happen. Things are already taking place. First of all, hit subscribe. Hit subscribe to H.A. Goodman's other channel, Stock Market Crash channel, and also, if you want to become a Patreon to my new Patreons, thank you. If you want to give a super thanks to this segment, your super thanks is greatly appreciated. Rome wasn't built in a day. You already had Trump defeat Clinton, like I said he would. Okay? Trump defeated Clinton. That's already a monumental, historic victory. The system did not allow someone like Trump, who didn't revere the alliance, their wonderful alliance in Europe, presiding over possible Armageddon. Okay, just look at WW1. Okay, in terms of the algorithm, we'll just say WW1. Look it up. A system of alliances that's revered and worshipped leads to endless lives lost. Okay, that's just a whole other story. You can look in terms of the geopolitical nightmare in Europe. You can look at the tanking stock market. Real wages down, according to Medium, real wages down over 8%, according to the New York Post. 4.4%, according to other publications. And you look, and between about 4.45% to 8%, real wages are down. And the economy is in free fall. We averted a 2008 moment barely the other week with UK pension funds. Credit Suisse has a credit default swap problem. We have 8 to 9% inflation. Oil prices are going up. They're only focused on Trump. That's the only thing they've ever had. Trump is, like Kanye West said, The reason that they don't like Trump, the reason that they kick off experts that disagree with them from Twitter, is that there is no, the reason that Twitter banned Trump is not just keep people safe. They used one day as a pretext, even though Trump was never indicted for that day. The reason that they kicked off Trump and any experts that go up against the prevailing mentality on pick whatever topic is because Democrats, media, the New York Times, the Washington Post, MSNBC, CNN, late night, they don't have an actual rebuttal. There's no, they're not good at convincing people that they're right. They're good at flooding the airwaves with one viewpoint and silencing any dissent and skepticism, and then accusing anyone with a different viewpoint that can be backed by logical, rational, arguments, facts, data, information. That's viewed as information that misinforms, not information that's false. They're not banning people. They haven't been banning people for years on Twitter, including Trump. Experts of all different fields that disagree with the prevailing mentality on whatever topic. They don't ban these people. They don't suspend these people. Social media algorithms don't suspend opposing viewpoints or dissent because these viewpoints generally are false. The viewpoints offer a rebuttal to the mainstream. An opposing argument. They offer to further a discussion. You can't have that because Democrats worship sacred cows. Most of American politics revolves around the sensibilities of morally superior liberal Democrats. They can call Trump Trump illegitimate. But God forbid if Trump says the same thing about them, oh my God, democracy is at stake. God forbid. God forbid you just didn't agree with them the past 2 years. God forbid you said, yeah, Trump never worked with the Kremlin. Oh my God. These are myths. These are myths that they worship and revere. And they don't need facts or reason or logic. They could say, as long as, well, look, all of media is saying the same thing. It must be right. And if you disagree, your lives are being lost because you disagree. Look what they did to Joe Rogan. They couldn't prove one life was lost because of Joe Rogan or anyone else. They couldn't prove anything in a court of law. But in their apoplectic and hysterical manner, they make grandiose, absurd, hyperbolic claims. And that's the issue here with the Steele dossier, which was completely fabricated. We'll get a conviction, which I think will prolong the Durham probe special counsel. But we have Republicans in the House. If the Durham probe ends eventually, we will all get further investigations in the House, and people will get indicted and charged and convicted. And you say, well, you know what? All the major perpetrators haven't been, sent to prison. It's like, well, they haven't really been investigated. You haven't had political will in Congress for since 2016, you have not had a Congress or an attorney general, really, that stood by Trump. Bill Barr actually did for here and there. Okay, now he's a never Trump Republican, basically, but he did, with the Durham probe special counsel, at least begin the ball rolling. And basically saying, yeah, the Mueller probe exonerated Trump, which he did. Mueller probe proved nothing. Okay, they say, well, Mueller probe found that the Kremlin interfered in 2016. No, it did not. Nobody can name a Facebook ad, and right before Clinton lost, they were only the most arrogant. They were so overconfident and arrogant. Politico ran a piece saying they got the man they wanted in Trump. So that's interesting. So both Vladimir and the Democratic Party wanted Trump, I guess. Then the narrative turned on a dime. Now we have a tanking economy. We have a geopolitical nightmare, possible nuclear Armageddon, and they're still focused on Trump. And we see that we have a person in the Oval Office who's not prepared or ready or capable or doesn't have the leadership skills or any other skills to see us through this very dark time. And also, he's the one who ushered us into this stock market crash, economic decline, geopolitical nightmare, all under Democrats. Poverty has increased, ladies and gentlemen, from 10.5% record low with Trump in 2019 to close to 15%, probably more than that in 2022. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. There will be endless investigations of Hunter, impeachment. 2023 will be very important, ladies and gentlemen, and there will be accountability. But you can't just say, well, nothing's ever going to happen. Things have taken place. Trump already won. The system fought back. Now Trump's taking over the House. Very likely, almost certainly the Senate. I can't imagine a world where the Senate stays Democrat as you have a market and an economy imploding with a geopolitical nightmare. But anyway, hit subscribe to this channel. Be here tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, for the live stream. And watch the shorts on this channel. Thank you so very, very much.